I'm telling you, it does not disappoint because he'll go on a long diatribe and stuff and then just pop in at the end. Black men don't cheat. And you get some of the most angry motherfuckers coming up with they sob stories and stuff. This is where the internet brings me joy. Because it's not that he's out here trolling people. It's that he's out here basically revealing people who they are to themselves. You know? Because some people hold on to bullshit in their life way longer than they ever should. And for you to get triggered by the sentence, black men don't cheat. It's some of y'all listening to me say that right now that are just like, what the fuck? I know a black dude who cheated. We all know black people who cheated. Okay, so what? The thing is, if you get all riled up at a sentence like that for no good fucking reason, more times than not it's from a stranger on the internet, there's something not wrong with that person. There's something wrong with you. Because you can't control what anybody says. You can't. You cannot control what anybody else says. As I'm saying this right now, keep in mind, my show has 0 sponsors, okay? I don't have any sponsors on this show. Nobody pays me to do this fucking show. Do I make money off of this show? Absolutely. Not a lot. I make enough money to fucking make this show again. That's it. But no one pays me to make this show, so no one's telling me what to say. No one can control what I say on this show or in life, quite honestly. However, while you can't control anything that anybody says, the one thing you can control is your reaction. And if you can't control your reaction, if you blatantly show someone that no matter what they say, you're going to react a certain way, that person has power over you. And that's what I love about my cousin, is that he kind of took something that I kind of do and he made it his own. Because keep in mind, this podcast started off as a blog. If you go back and read that blog, which you can't, it's not live. But I have all of it. It's not live, but when I wrote it to get certain reactions from people. Now, me being the kind of writer that I am, I know exactly how to do that. I know how to write to elicit a response. Sometimes that response was emotional. Sometimes it was positive. Sometimes it was negative. But I got a response from people. And it was a very successful blog, which translates into this very successful podcast. You can turn all of that stuff into a certain kind of power, because you know what? People may not like me. People may like me. People may love me. People may hate me. However, I have people from both sides listening to this show. Why? Because of the shit that I say evokes some sort of response out of them. Now, I'm not saying that I have power over you like an evil fucking supervillain or anything like that I can control your actions or anything like that. Believe me, no, I'm not saying that. And I'm glad you're here. I'm very happy that you're listening to this show. Trust me, it makes me I thank each and every one of you, whether you like me or not, for listening to this fucking show. Thank you. However, that's what media is. They put out something and they gauge your response to see if they're going to do more or less of it. And it can go either way, whether the reaction is positive or negative. That's why we got so many fucking Transformers movies. That's why we are up to like 9 Fast and the Furious movies now. They doing spin-offs now. They even giving motherfuckers superpowers in the new ones. Idris Elba is fucking got superpowers in a fucking Fast and the Furious movie. Who the fuck saw that coming? But shit, it's not like people haven't asked for him, because people don't stop talking about the shit. That's why we got so many Transformers movies now. People say that they hate them, but shit, you know what? If I made $800 billion worldwide, listen, I guess people hate them, but you know what? Shit. the bank doesn't care if the money is hateful or not. They pay, people are paying for it. So yeah, go for it. So when my cousin puts up his long diatribes and stuff and punctuates it with black men don't cheat, and I see the reactions towards that, it's the funniest shit in the world, and it makes me fucking proud because it's like, god damn, he is playing motherfuckers like a fucking fiddle, and it is working the fuck out. I salute you. Thank you for expressing yourself. Which leads me back to what I was saying. Fake internet outrage. Fake internet outrage is basically exactly what it is. People get online to pretend like they're angry at something that they really don't care about. And it fizzles away. Fake internet outrage is extremely easy to point out. Like, let's say a very famous rapper slash hustler slash community leader gets murdered. And people are outpouring their love and support for this person's family and stuff and saying positive things about how this person may have inspired them in life. And then you got other people like, well, why are we celebrating somebody who died of gang violence? Motherfucker, we aren't celebrating them. People who love this person are celebrating the life of somebody. You ain't got to. You just gotta be online right now complaining about some shit that you really don't fucking know anything about. You know, you don't have to reveal yourself to be an asshole to everybody. However, we thank you when you do. You see how that shit works? Now we're gonna take a quick musical break. And when we come back, I want to talk about something that's very much needed to be talking about. Shit's gonna get deep, and you guys may be looking at the time and be like, god damn, Aaron's been talking for 52 minutes. What else can he possibly talk about? Hang on tight, because this shit is gonna be good. My brother Miles is listening to me right now. This is the part you want to fucking listen to, but I know you've been enjoying this shit so far. Hang on tight. Is this gonna be a real quick song break? As the weekend is coming up. I'm recording this on a Friday, so the weekend is coming up, and this is going to be a couple of y'all song this Monday. This is I Don't Want to Check My Bank Account by Louis Cole. Hang on tight. I'll be right back. I don't want to check my bank account. I'm too scared to check my bank account. I don't want to check my bank account. I'm too scared to check my bank account. Check it. Don't want to check it. That was Louis Cole with Check My Bank Account. That's going to be a couple of y'all on Monday. Y'all going to be at home too scared to check your fucking bank account because you was irresponsible over the weekend. I've been there too, don't worry. Anyway, so subject of the week. Subject of the week is something that I've actually wanted to talk about on this show for a while. I've actually talked about it in depth a lot. A lot. I talk about this a lot, actually. And one time I was talking to my girlfriend, we were at home, and we were talking about this like in depth. like in depth, and she was like, "Are you recording right now?" And I'm like, "Fuck, I should be, but I wasn't." I'm talking about social conditioning. Social conditioning is basically how you react to certain things without even thinking, just based on how you were brought up, how you were raised, or anything like that. Now, I'm not going to get into that broad of a term. I'm going to talk about a very specific thing, which is the specific thing that I talk about very, very fucking often. But before I do that, I want to just drop a little bit of history on you guys. Did you guys know that Ike Turner wrote the first rock and roll song? That's right. It was called Rocket 88. That has absolutely nothing to do with anything that I'm talking about right now. However, I just want you to just sit and just think about how you felt when I said the words Ike Turner. Right? Now, a couple people know who Ike Turner is. A couple people who don't, probably are not old enough to listen to this show at this point. But if you know who Ike Turner is, he was, because Ike Turner passed away, Ike Turner was Tina Turner's husband. Gave Tina Turner her stage name. Tina Turner is not her real name. Her name is Anna Mae Bullock. Or Anna Mae something or another, because she got married again like a couple years ago. But yeah, anyway, Ike Turner was part of the Ike and Tina Turner Revue. He, good songwriter. He did a lot of cover songs as well. Musical, like, genius, quite honestly. And now a couple people, are getting angry that I'm, saying good things about Ike Turner. Why is that? Yes, Ike Turner was abusive. He was a drug user. Yes, absolutely. He was all of those things. He was also one of the architects of rock and roll. He was also one of the vessels who brought in one of the greatest singers known to man. Yes, he was all of those things as well. The thing is, it's extremely, and I mean extremely easy. It's so easy for people to demonize a black man. It really is. It's so easy that some of you guys do it without even knowing that you're doing it. Now, the reason why I bring up Ike Turner into all of this is because he is by far one of the easiest black men to demonize, mainly because of a movie that we've all probably seen called What's Love Got to Do with It. It was based on the life of Tina Turner, and it goes on to be disputed by both Tina Turner and Ike Turner as being mostly false. Why do you say that? Well, yes, while Ike Turner was abusive and high on cocaine for most of the 60s and some of the 70s and the 80s, he was huge on cocaine. Okay, let's put it like that. That's great. And yes, he was abusive towards Tina Turner. Absolutely. However, even she said that it wasn't as severe as most people say it was. Now, that could be some people saying that, oh, well, she's just a victim trying to downplay it and all. But, you know what? Let's just call it a wash on that one and just keep moving on with that. Now, I don't condone domestic violence. I don't condone it at all. I'm highly against it. However, let's put some context onto some things, because I'm one of those people who I need to find out why. Because people don't just go off and just slap people up just because that they're there. While there are people who do that, for the most part, most people don't. Now, let's just put some things in context while I'm talking about Tina Turner and Ike Turner. Let's talk about this. Now, Tina Turner and Ike Turner got together in, I want to say the 50s was when they got married. It's like the 50s or the 60s. My timeline is off. I don't have my research piece of paper right in front of me. I'm sorry. Someone correct me. Whatever time they were together, that's when they got together. Okay? Tina Turner and Ike got together, right? They were married. They were married. They were talking and all that stuff. Everything's going great. They weren't married yet. They weren't married at this point, but Tina had gotten pregnant. Yay! Celebration. People get pregnant. all the time because, people didn't really use condoms back in the 50s and 60s and stuff. People did, but, they were mostly in the Navy and all that shit. But anyway, so she gets pregnant, have a baby. His name is Craig.